Now to the campaign trail, Donald Trump finally hitting that magic number. Now with over 1,237 delegates, the amount needed to secure the Republican nomination. Joining us is former presidential candidate Dr. Ben Carson is here. Dr. Carson, good to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
All right,
good to be here.
We are at a very important, big moment in the course of this campaign. What do you make of Donald Trump's stance as it stands today? He's now topped at 1,237. He's got 1,239 delegates.
Well, I think it says a lot about the wisdom of the American people. You know, a lot of people will say it's this or that or the other, but the American people have actually been able to analyze what's going on in this country, and they recognize that we really have two choices. We have the choice of continuing along the progressive ideology of more government intervention, of more political correctness, of weakening our military, and of spinning fables about the economy, or we can move to a more traditional sense of personal responsibility, understanding what our fiscal responsibilities are to those who are coming behind us, strengthening our military in order to ensure our safety and the safety of the world,
so clearly,
which is much less likely to result in conflict.
Clearly, you're making the case here for Donald Trump, as you have been. And you had been, or are you still heading up the search for his VP ticket?
No, I never headed up the search.
Okay.
I gave my suggestions.
Okay. And are you still advising him on that?
He has the suggestions. We still have an opportunity to talk, but you know, it's about a lot more than a vice presidential pick. You know, we're talking about issues that will result in the salvation of this nation. These are big issues, and you know, I, like many others, are very concerned about what's happening to our country. And you know, I think Donald Trump represents the best possibility we have of reversing the course.
And quickly, we've been hearing President Obama yesterday said that he's been speaking with world leaders who are rattled by the prospect of Donald Trump running this country. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, I seriously doubt that they're rattled. But if they are rattled, they're probably rattled because they've been listening to propaganda, as so many people have been. And when they have an opportunity to actually sit down and discuss things with Donald Trump, with his Secretary of State, with other diplomatic personnel, they will understand that what we're talking about makes sense. It's logical. It's going to be fair. We're not going to be trying to take advantage of them, but we don't want them taking advantage of us either. And I think it actually will make for a more peaceful situation in the world.
Jack Otter from Barron's is here, Dr. Carson, and has a question.
Dr. Carson, one of our correspondents in Hong Kong was speaking to Chinese officials, and they were rattled by this idea of a 45% tariff. I don't know that we really worry too much about what the Chinese think, but here at home, of course, that could cause issues. Marco Rubio brought that up a lot. Where does that stand? Is that still a policy that Donald Trump would plan to enforce?
Well, you know, I think you're going to see, you know, a lot of different things put on the table. These things will be hashed out. They will be analyzed by people who are real experts, and then rational decisions will be made about what should be implemented, whether a tariff is necessary, whether there is a better way to do it. All of that will be hashed out in a very logical way.
Dr. Carson, do you think that Donald Trump's really going to debate Bernie Sanders? I mean, put some odds on that.
I tell you, it would be a wonderful thing. I would love to see such a debate, because it would help to crystallize for the American people the difference between traditional American values and socialism. And I think a lot of young people don't really know what socialism is. They think it's coming together and caring about other people. When they find out what it's really about, I think they might change their minds.
There were reports that some thought it had something to do with social media, but I digress.
That's a Meghan McCain line. Meghan McCain said her friends think it's social media.
Oh, no. That being said, Dr. Carson, despite bashing Donald Trump on the campaign trail, former candidate Senator Marco Rubio says he will attend the Republican National Convention and that he is even willing to speak on Trump's behalf. Your reaction to that, sir?
Well, I'm proud that that Marco Rubio has come to that conclusion, and I think others will come to that conclusion because they have to understand you've got two choices here. You've got Donald Trump and you've got Hillary Clinton. You've got a continuation of progressivism, and where's that leading us as a nation? I mean, we don't even know who's a man and who's a woman anymore. Are you kidding me? I mean, we are just completely going off the deep end. I think other nations must be looking at us and having a good belly laugh, but they must also be worried that the leading power in the world is going down this path of nonsense. So I would love to see a debate like that because it would put it right out front.
All right, Dr. Ben Carson, good to have you this morning, sir.
Always good to be with you.
All right.